Bar Knuckles, a story from the city of smoke and iron by Robert McKinney. The job is a pretty thing, nearing 20 and already showing that untouchable quality that'll keep men wanting into her 50s, if not longer. I try not to think about it as I slide the brass knuckles over my fingers and walk over to her table. There's 3 men leaning over a smoking pipe with her, though only the 2 closest matter for now. My client didn't mention having given her protection, which means they're fair game. I jam my left fist into the closest one's neck and move to the other as he tries standing from his chair. I wish he'd stayed sitting, but he didn't, so I crack his jaw to settle him down. The last man reaches into his vest for something loud or sharp he carries to feel dangerous. I give him a firm stare and clink my knuckles against the slim auto-loader I keep tucked in my belt. He stops and eases his hands back to the table. My job doesn't notice. The pipe in the girl's hands is black from the night's use, and her eyes dance between the chemical phantoms keeping her company. Retrieving ash biters like her was a thankless life, but I have no issue in paying this week's rent by delivering the girl to her parents. I reach out to tap her shoulder and stop when I catch her aiming flint-sharp eyes in my direction. I'd flinch, but know a stare like that will cut if I do. Ashbiter or not, she's got her father's blood.
You're taller than the others.
She smiles, tilting back to drink in the sight of me. The prowling motion gives me a rush better suited for a younger man. Her fingers, delicate and dark as warm caffeine, nudge the pipe towards me.
Join me?
She asks, razor gaze drifts into my neck. I try something like a smile, grab the pipe, and promise to be back. It takes me a while. I have to drag her third companion away from the table and convince him to take his buddies home. I'm firm, and he's got both dragging towards the door before I can give him much more than a nosebleed. The bar owner is next, but I'm kinder to him. I pay him for the disruption, and still more for another pipe, one with a much milder load than what the girl was smoking. With her tolerance, she'll sober up before we're halfway through it. She's standing more or less by the time I return, her fingers twisting curls down to her chin before letting them rebound to her cheek. I try and place the pipe on the table and freeze when she leans against me as I do. Thinking of what Hess will do to me keeps me smart enough to stay still and keep hands to myself until the pipe draws her attention again.
Join me.
She repeats, and for the first time I flinch. Strong smoke will show things a sane mind tries ignoring, and I could do without it giving form to the thoughts this girl breeds in me. Again, I think of what her father will do if I cross this boundary, and again I wonder how deep she'll cut if I drag her outside. I hope the bartender made the pipe as mild as I told, and pressed the stem against my lips. Clockwork calm floods my lungs as the room grows layers and writhing shadows. I see things in the darkness, whiffs of vapor all shaped like men, crowd in the far corners of the room's outside edges. Their hands are open and raised in tense shows of caution, and each one is backing away from the girl. I reach my hand down, but there's no familiar clink of gunmetal on brass when I pat my knuckles against my lap. Only the girl across the table, her flint eyes staring back. City of Smoke and Iron. It's a place for diesel pulp fiction.
Stories set here tend to be bloody and short, much like the lives of those in the city. Click Become a Patron to support the author and have stories wired straight to your inbox each week. Be sure to check the main page for potential awards as well, and know that the city thanks you for your support.